What's up guys, Connor here with PWR Coaching. Today we're going to be doing a play and explain, playing some 200 Zoom, and yeah, we're going to try and make some correct decisions. Table 1 we defended threes, we checked back the flop. Maybe it could make some sense to bet this hand on the flop. We're going to check back the turn though, as played. I think I'm just gonna call. So that player opened king 4 offsuit. Blind versus blind. Might not be a recreational player because I don't often play in these pools, so you can probably assume I'm a recreational player. In that case, opening king 4 off would be okay. Don't really know much about, or don't have any hands on most players in the pool. But like this guy, somewhat recognized. I know he's some sort of reg, I think. Okay, top pair, pretty good. Going to mainly check raise my hand. Not going to through. It does look like a recreational player, so I'll definitely 3-bet wider in this position, table 1. Something short stacked. Of course, going to 3-bet wider. Going to bet the turn, table 2. For a small size after check raising. All in. Fold. I have plenty of Queen X there and stronger. Folded tends to a check raise in these positions under the gun versus big blind. If it was later position, like if I see about this hand, button versus big blind, I would call. Start the small bet after 3-betting the ace-5 suited, and defending king-queen off, table 1. Ace-5 sucks to get jammed on if we do end up betting the turn here with ace-5. So in that case, we are going to be checking back. And king queen is going to be a call on the flop. And I'm going to go bet check bet here with the ace-5. You can use half pot. I'd be value betting some jack X plus here. And on turn when we face pot, we do block the strongest ace-X for value, but we also block some bluffs with the queen of hearts in our hand. Go ahead, fold. Don't need to continue king highs to pot on the turn. I'm going to 3-bet the jacks here. And opening ace-9 offsuit. Okay. We flop middle set on a mono texture. Use a small size here. And on a 10, low texture, blind versus blind. Start with a check. My hand. Ooh, pretty fun spot here. Gonna use a small size on the turn. Or check calling ace-9. Jack's a pretty good card for imposition's range. We're just gonna check with jacks. Pretty unfortunate run out. Got value on the turn. Once we've checked called and we get this run out, get here with like king queen. That's worse. Some worse ace-x. I think bluffing this might be a touch too much, but it's pretty close. Definitely tempted to bluff. Especially because the flop stab check back turn line from a random regular might be weighted towards showdown, so I don't win too often. Versus flop hands that bet flop that are showdown bound, or that have some showdown value. A 4-bet sometimes here, and we are going to this time. Likely some sort of regular. Easy decision when they go all in. This player opens to 3x under the gun. Interesting. We're gonna 3-bet against this player and defend. Easy check fold table 1 if we face a bet. Does go check check. Our hand's not gonna be a bet ever, so we're going to check. The only if you're ever gonna bet this hand, it would be to bluff, and we just have plenty of better combos I think to bluff. Once it checks down to here, I am going to bluff though. I think I show down for 0 on this river, so pretty comfortable bluffing. He's gonna have plenty of like 9, 8x, maybe 6s, 5s, just better pairs. So very comfortable bluffing a hand like 3s there. You know, like maybe I'm potentially over bluffing there with 3s, but doesn't matter too much. Especially if players don't know that I'm doing things like that. Looks like a wreck in the big blind, so just flat this hand. Otherwise, would just mainly be folding. A tiny bit of 3-betting versus some players. Definitely gonna stab once check 2 here. Lots of great turns for us. Under the gun can check raise super aggressively, but you know, I'm not just gonna instantly give credit for being a very aggressive player. Unsuited, just gonna defend. Just cut off open, top pair. Pretty decent board for big blind. Not gonna be check raising. Okay. Start betting for small size. When he just calls extremely quickly after checking back flop and we get here, I am going to use a overbet on the river for value. I think 8x might consider something that's not a call on turn, so pretty happy with this line. I think I'll get called by worse pretty often. Often enough for it for sure to be good. Versus recreational player, I don't mind starting with a check. Pretty likely, recreational player is going to overstab, so I know I'm with a hand that doesn't need much protection, a hand like King Jack here, and I obviously don't have 3 streets for value, I don't have a nutted hand, so if I think or know that recreational players are going to overstab when check 2, then check's going to be better than a bet here with my hand class. Ace King suited is going to be really slow played, so I'm going to be all in. Now, it's too likely as a hand like King 3 suited and checks back, so I'm gonna go for value here on the river. Once they've decided to bet flop and then maybe give up turn, sure they'll have some bet check bet bluffs. But I think it's also likely they check back some value hands, maybe even has a hand like 10s and decides to call river, so. We face 3-bet here. Pretty narrow range spot. I think 4-bet is fine, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, very good flop for us. Small blinds range should extremely rarely connect with this flop. Good about the flop. Ace of Spades pretty unfortunate card to have here, right? I'd very much want him to have like Ace Jack of Spades, Ace Queen of Spades here. And I don't think I care too much. I'm just gonna go bet all in. I know table 2, I was thinking about table 1. Once I go bet, I'm just going to follow through. But this hand very well could be a turn check. Interesting what he's thinking about. I wonder if he's thinking about calling with a hand like Ace Queen of Hearts. Seems a little bit crazy. I guess a hand like Jacks as well you could be thinking about. King 9 off feels close. Feels like King 8 never and King 10 always, so I think we'll defend this a little bit, not this time. There's 2x2 might be defend, but also high rake. Not positive. Definitely starting with a bet here with pocket 8s. This one will be a pure bet call. Versus this, I'm okay just 3-betting as well, small. Random recreational player. Need some protection, get value from a 5, value from flush draws, get to raise flop, check back turn, play river. All seems great. Small 3-bet makes some sense versus the min raise. King Jack gonna defend if it folds to me. If one of these players flats, I will not squeeze. If one of the 3-bets, I won't call 4-bet. Okay, we defend. Just gonna check call versus most actions. Turn 9, I'm gonna go for 2 streets of value. So we're gonna bet the turn. Gonna overbet the river. If you checked a hand like Ace King, King Queen, Aces, so be it, but I think it's gonna be maybe opening, I don't know, I mean, it's not opening 67 hands, he's not opening too wide. I'm not gonna overbet. If it was a bigger fish or recreational player, then I would find, I think, the overbet there. But obviously very small sample. Don't want to weight it too much, but fine. Like, we don't have to overbet. Overbet is definitely going for it, but I think it's fine versus most recs. I flopped a straight, table 2, after 3-betting. So I'm going to bet the flop in the turn. Very easy to balance this with some bluffs. Ace 5 suited. 6s with the heart sometimes. Obviously, good situation when they go all in. And defending table 1 versus unknown rec. Can't open Jack 8 off under the gun. Definitely check raising decent amount of 3x here. But this one, I am not going to. Start with flop call. Pretty nice turn. Definitely a kind of a one answer situation here on the turn. Gonna be all in. Bottom two pair. So that's good. Like potential rack opens. Excuse me. Potential rack opens under the gun, but we're not going to defend that hand. Okay, this jack six. We get check raised sometimes, I think. Be doing a lot. Once we get here, we're going to be using an overbet as our turn probe size. And yeah, on the river, we're also going to be overbetting. Very easy to have some bluffs here. Sometimes 3-bet here with the king 10. Mainly not, though. Three right here, the ace five. And we're gonna call ace 10 suited. Top pair, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Not folding any sides, we face half pot. We calling. Sixes, sometimes 3-bet here, we're gonna do it. And we face turn barrel. We are going to call again. We're going to call a cold 4-bet here with sixes. And on the river, we face slightly more than half pot. We'll have to think about this a bit more. Oh, I have time actually, nice. Really is just one of the worst. One of the absolute worst fucking river cards. Just one of the worst. Alright. Let it go here. Sorry for the slow roll. Open threes here into a weak big blind. Gonna be always continuing to this action. Goes to the nuts. Ooh, kind of interesting. I don't think we can find ourselves a bet, especially when we turn straight draws. I think I'm gonna be checking. Okay, good turn for us. We're gonna use half pot when it checks to us here. This player bets small, I'm gonna raise. Why? I am. Just curious to think about the other things. I think, yeah. Well, doesn't really matter. We might as well just call. He, in case, just has some random. Right? If we go all in, he might fold. That's why you, you know, you might be like, oh, okay, well, they're putting it all in, right? Sometimes they will just have a fold for their last 20 blinds. I mean, he probably isn't pulling that hand to 20 lines, but sometimes they have hands that will fold in spots when maybe you think they're not folding, so if you have the nuts, just call. Especially in position. Mainly in position. If you're out of position, yes, fast play, sure. But against recreational players in that spot, in position, call's definitely a bunch better. Letting them get away from a random spaz hand is a bit of a disaster. Fours versus half pot. I guess I can fold sixes here and call this one sometimes. The fact that we're deeper makes me a bit more likely to call. Guy just piles the aces. Unfortunate, but we're gonna get them. If I had fours with a club, I would bluff pretty often. This one's just gonna get checked though. Still showdown for more than 0 in this line. Now I unblock all pairs. So I think my hand makes a very good river bluff. What hand? Here with ace king off, ace of clubs, ace queen off, ace of clubs. That's probably betting turn pretty often. I'm gonna use half pot. And I'm going to check this flop back high frequency table 2. Turn top pair, pretty good. Very comfortable with this fours bluff, feeling great about it. And this hand I'm going to delay for small size, table 2. We got raised. Do I want to click back 3-bet? Go ahead and say no. Maybe sometimes, but hand like ace 4 of hearts is like maybe a hand you can bluff with here, so at 4 of hearts. Start with flop bet here on ace king deuce. We're gonna go bet check bet with this hand. Select some combos with the diamond, maybe slightly higher equity. And we'll just bet check bet with half pot as our size. And that's it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy, good luck at the tables, etc.